said, I'm Vernon Humphrey. I had the pleasure of being on the Kazakhstan trip, but more importantly, I think I'm an example of how the ACA custom builds a team to go, a site team to go somewhere. They were concerned about the culture and the cultural aspects, and because I spent 20 years in the military and I spent time in the region, I was afforded the opportunity to be on the trip. But coming with that came with some additional responsibility. Because I didn't have the experience of many of the other people on the trip, I was basically given the West Texas study and said, read this and prepare. I was given the pre-study or the self-study that Kazakhstan did and said, read this and understand. And when I got there, I'd been on many trips in the military where we went there and we worked 8 to 5 and then we goofed off and we went sightseeing. And that's not the kind of trips that ACA has. When you get there, there's a little bit of time to show us the culture and show us around, but when you start work, it's work 8 to 5, and then it's dinner, and then it's working dinner, and then after dinner, it's get together and talk about stuff, because we create a preliminary report before we leave the site. And we do that so we can sit down with the organization and say, these are our findings, this is what we want to talk about, but what's important to you? Where do you need us to support you? Maybe you can tell us why you do it this way. If there's a good explanation, then maybe it's not an issue. It's something we still haven't understood because we don't know everything yet. So by working together with that, we can develop a good report that will allow you to have a better opportunity to talk with your hierarchy, because quite often the hierarchy doesn't listen to the people that work for them, but they listen to outside sources. Additionally, one of the important things about ACA is the accreditation can be molded to fit different organizations. The other accrediting body that's generally out there, the journalism, is for mass comm. If you don't have a mass comm component or you're not a mass comm organization, they don't accredit you. So the ACA looks at the whole picture. We do public relations, we do mass communication, we do comm studies. For example, where I'm working on my PhD at University of Southern Mississippi, they have a mass comm department and they have a comm studies department. If it were to be accredited by the journalism organization, I can't remember their acronym, that would just accredit the mass comm side of the house and wouldn't have anything to do with the public speaking or the comm studies side of the house. Organizations such as the University of Louisiana, where I got my master's, it's all one organization, but an accreditation by the journalism side would not cover the public speaking, the interpersonal, the organizational. It's not part of it. So, the department can say, well, we're accredited by so-and-so, but it doesn't mean that the whole department is, because part of the department is not covered. So because ACA has this wonderful organization that custom fits a team, not to make somebody happy that we're coming to see them. We don't go pick people they're like. We pick people we think that they can do the best job. For example, Seton Hall, I didn't have any experience in private education. I didn't have any experience in organizations that have a religious base to them. So I wasn't even considered for part of the team because I didn't fit the bill of what they needed to actually give them a fair evaluation and compare them with other organizations. That's not to say I'm not learning so I can know more, because everybody on the accreditation team and the board of directors has the opportunity, or basically is required, to read the report and give our feedback. So I will read the report on Seton Hall as soon as I get it. I will learn about Seton Hall and I will give them my opinion and my input, and hopefully I will be along the lines of everybody else, but I'm sure I will. So ACA's accreditation body is one that can be custom fit, that we definitely consider the culture of the area, the culture of the people, the culture of the organization, and it's something that can cover the whole comm department, not just a specific portion such as mass comm or journalism. So my speech is going to be relatively short. I'm going to pass this over, I guess, to Dr. Vernon.